If you want to be perceived as powerful, respected, and confident, your words must align with your ambition. And that understanding comes from years of working under, becoming one myself, and closely observing the most respected voices in the room. There are 5 communication skills that consistently separate those who are listened to from those who are overlooked. And the first is one of the hardest. You must stop speaking to be liked and start speaking to lead. I see every day the difference between people who naturally project leadership and those who unknowingly erode their own credibility through small communication habits. The key shift successful people make is adopting the mindset that they are leaders even before the title arrives, rather than shrinking themselves because they believe they are operating in someone else's environment. When uncertainty enters your communication, it becomes visible immediately. So increasing certainty requires deliberate changes in how you speak, starting with only saying what you genuinely believe. Leaders at the highest level have a point of view shaped by experience, perspective, and context. And they speak from that frame with confidence. Your perspective matters, and you are present for a reason. So remove qualifiers like I think or I feel, because those phrases quietly reduce credibility. Simply state what you see and what you know, saying the best path forward is, or this strategy will achieve the result, removes hesitation and immediately increases authority. The second skill involves emotional control, because unchecked emotion makes you sound reactive and unsure. Highly emotional communicators rarely experience sustained success because emotion clouds logic. And effective leaders excel at removing emotion to make clear, fast, data-driven decisions they trust. I've seen firsthand how emotional outbursts instantly reduce confidence in a person's judgment, revealing that their decisions are driven by feelings rather than facts. Leaders must never allow emotion to override their message. And one useful visualization is to imagine yourself as a blade of grass rather than a rigid toothpick, responsive and resilient under pressure instead of brittle and reactive. The third skill is authority, which comes not from speaking more, but from speaking with weight. Leaders enter conversations with intention, clarity, and purpose, knowing exactly why they are there and what problem they are meant to help solve. Authority increases when you stop attending meetings passively and start participating with a clear point of view, because leaders prioritize where their time is best spent and communicate accordingly. The fourth skill is mastering questions, because leadership is not about having all the answers, but about asking the right ones. Great leaders solve complex problems by identifying constraints, uncovering missing information, and guiding conversations with strategic questions that reveal the core issue. Asking what data supports a decision, what challenge matters most, or what would prevent an issue from recurring elevates your influence and improves outcomes. Learning to ask strong questions is a skill developed through practice, curiosity, and discomfort, and it becomes one of the most valuable tools in communication. The fifth and final skill is stopping the habit of which often stems from insecurity rather than kindness. Over-explaining weakens authority, while confident communicators deliver messages with clarity, directness, and restraint. When you know what needs to be said, say it calmly and firmly without seeking validation. Strong communicators land the plane once rather than circling endlessly, because repetition without purpose creates discomfort and signals uncertainty. Watch successful people communicate not just their words, but their posture, body language, eye contact, and vocal projection, and you'll notice stillness, control, and presence. Confidence is reinforced through physical alignment as much as verbal clarity, and projecting your voice with intention reinforces certainty. If you find yourself shrinking, whispering, fidgeting, or hesitating, remember that the future version of you does not communicate that way, and correct it in the moment. When you master these 5 communication skills, you immediately elevate how others perceive you, and you gain the ability to communicate more effectively than the vast majority of people, opening the door to greater influence, leadership, and long-term success.